dun 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 dun. Hey, working on stuff today. Whoop, jeez, already knocking stuff over. Working on the Age of Sigmar Dominion stuff. Working on the Celestial Spear. I gave up trying to pronounce her name. I'm not even going to bother. So, I have not touched these since I last worked on them, so we're just going to jump right back into it. I think we're going to concentrate mostly on the Celestial Spear, and I think we're going to work our way through that until, need a break from it or what have you. We are going to spend a bit of time, I think, on her so that we get nice, pretty pictures and stuff. There's a whole bunch of ideas running through my head on what I want to do with this kit or with this model, and so some of you may or may not realize that we had sprayed her up in chrome. Her torso, we left the tree and her cloak separate so that we can paint those afterwards. I also primed these in Steno-Res light gray so that we can use regular opaque colors on that stuff. The rest of it has been primed in gloss black. As you can see, it's quite shiny. That was just mainly for the chrome effect. Mind you, I probably should have left the face masked so that I could basically get at it without building up too many layers of paint. Now mind you, these paints do finish very, very tight to the surface. They're not thick paints, which is indicative of solvent based paints. But anyway, we also have her wings all chromed up, ready to go. And again, like I said, I'm having a bit of, not a dilemma, but I'm just kind of thinking of like where I want to go with it. Like I've built this chrome base. Now initially I was planning on doing the wings chrome, but the armor in a holographic paint. And that kind of fell through as my holographic paint shit the bed on me. So I went with plan B, which is completely chrome on the figure itself. And pretty much the entirety of her is in chrome. We are going to paint her face and probably like the scroll work, things of that nature, in opaque colors, but otherwise a majority of this will be left as mostly a chrome surface. But otherwise, yeah, like I had an idea of simply just spraying some deeper tone up at the model to create the shadow tones, but I think we'll do that by hand. Just so that we get some good separation, nice and controlled. We can be quite deliberate. Also, some other things are like the handles, just some of the other details where I'd want, I think, more of a chrome, or not a chrome, like a gold or something shiny. We might even go with, a clear paint on top and go for, like a metal, like a candy metal. Even the armor, now that I'm thinking, what if we did just clear red on it? Or clear blue, or, even an off blue. Or like a teal. See, I really like colors like a Kellyan green in the contrast paint line. But they finish with a sort of matte finish, and I'm not crazy about that. So, yeah, I'm a little hard pressed to figure out how I want to go about this. I was thinking initially of doing like an oil wash on these, but yeah, I'm not too sure I want to do that either. Now, these have not been sealed. There is a slight dust on them. That was from the airbrushing process. So I'm just going to take a little microfiber cloth and quickly just buff them out. And it just clears off the surface, gets rid of the dust, anything like that. Anything that would upset the finish. And just like that. It's just really, really quick. Just to get at it. Hey, Kim. Hey. So, yeah. A lot of solvent-based chrome paints will act like this, where, yeah, you do kind of need like a little microfiber cloth just to quickly buff the surface. It is fairly gentle, and it's not going to disrupt the finish at all. Of course, we have waited, well, it's been a few days since I last worked on these, so yeah. But where I can really see it needing it is like on the wings. I can see there's just a little bit of dusting going on. So just a quick little, you probably can't really see the difference, but there is a slight dusting going on. And that was just from the airbrush process. Yeah, you can see like when it's not when you're looking straight at it, it's when you're looking across its surface. You can see that there's it almost looks like dust. And that's from just the airbrush process. That's all. And just a quick little wiping of the microfiber cloth takes care of that. And that's it. Yeah, that looks way better now. I don't know if you guys could tell before, but yeah. The other little thing we ran into is the fact that I grabbed them by this little part on the inside. So we will have to correct that once we start moving forward. Again, I wasn't 100% sure on which way I wanted to go with the wings, whether I just wanted to do them by hand, if I wanted to do them as an oil wash, or what. So, and I'm still kind of up in the air on it. Still. Yeah. Let's see where you probably can't see that, but where the little nub was, yeah, that like because of the shininess now, you can really see. I should have filled that in before I painted this. Oops. Oh well. It's not really a huge issue. Not really. Not really. So yeah, that's all this is. It's just simply take that little layer of dust off. Reason why it's important to take that little layer of dust off is that when we go to seal this, if we're going to do like any kind of oil washes or anything like that, you definitely don't want to have that dust present on the surface when you seal it, because obviously you'll seal that in and that will disrupt the finish. Is it going to ruin the finish? No. But it will disrupt it. It will take away from it. It's so much fun. Yeah, the other idea I had was like, giving them chrome and then basically giving them other colors, like putting like a clear yellow brown or something like that on top of areas just to make them look a bit more gold. But yeah, here, let's see if we can change up the camera. Where's my camera? Where is my camera? No, wait, it's this camera. I'm just going to change the focus a bit just so that you guys can kind of see what it is I'm doing. Wrong control. And let's put it around here. Is that a little too close? Yeah, it's hard to see just because how bright the lights are. Let's go 1, 2, yeah, around there should be okay. Yeah, and you can see how chrome the surfaces are. Actually, I didn't wipe down the sword here. Wipe that down too. Actually, I don't even know if I wiped down the figure. Did I wipe this figure down? I don't think I did. Now, you can, in some instances, be a little too aggressive with the surface and end up, you know, ruining this nice shiny finish on it. And I think I probably should go about sealing it now. Yeah, we're going to seal it now. So, for that, I'm going to use my trusty, rusty, tried and true method for sealing, which is Pledge. I use this. I'm going to take a little bit of alcohol for the flush. That's just to clean it out. Whenever I use this stuff through my airbrush, if I don't thoroughly clean the airbrush, it is kind of a pain. It gums up the brush a little bit. So I do caution those who are doing this. It's just the sound of my compressor, folks. Grab my overspray jar. Gonna need a paper towel. Okay. Grab the airbrush. Yeah. I'm just grabbing a little bit of alcohol right now, just because. Okay. Do 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 do. Do do. All right. So we really only have the 3 pieces to work on at the moment. I'm not going to concern myself with the annihilators yet. I am going to reattach this though, and I'm only going to concentrate the sealant on the model herself. I'm not going to worry too much about the base, so I'm just going to reattach it to its thingy, and then we're just going to do just about 2 or 3 light coats. I think should only take about 2 or 3. It's a little too much. It's only filled that far, like a third of the way. Doesn't take too much. In fact, this is probably too much in here, but I'm not too worried about it. I'm not going to spray it over my work area just because it gets really kind of dusty. I'm just going to spray it off into another direction over here, so you won't see it, but that's okay. Oh, you know what? I always put my cap on too. Whenever I'm using this stuff, I always seem to do very aggressive back and forth motions, and yeah. Ugh, that's such a pain in my ass. So can I grip it there? That's fine. Alright. Just a quick little layering. Now the fun part with this stuff is that you do not want to apply it heavily all in one go. You want to build it up in a few layers. You don't ever want to just, you know, go ham and just hit the whole thing in one go, because it'll pool up, and when it does self-level, but it'll just obscure detail and stuff, and it becomes very annoying. You're going to be very annoyed from it. sit for a minute. Actually, we probably bust out the hair dryer. I need more space. Kicked in overdrive. Do another layer. Sometimes you will see it goes a little foggy. It may look a little foggy, but that's fine. It'll go clear once it's drier. So fret not. Who's that stumbling in the woods?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Sorry, I got a dryer going, or my hair dryer, so it's a little noisy. How's Scott today?
Pretty good. Week of vacation.
Oh yeah?
Today, and then I'm out for the week.
Nice.
You?
I'm working. I'm always working. The life of, being your own boss kind of thing.
We got a break from the heat, and it rained a little bit, which makes it incredibly sweaty and sticky.
Yeah, it adds to that freaking humidity. Do you guys get a lot of humidity in your area?
No. Not typically.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, I didn't think so. It's just because, you're not really surrounded by big bodies of water and shit.
No, we got a river running through the city, but that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I would assume that any of the really heavy moisture that comes into your area. It's either coming from far west or coming from the north. Just with the cool fronts and stuff like that. All right, doing another layer. Last one.
Did you watch any of that new He-Man series?
I caught the first episode last night. I mean, it was the first episode, so interesting.
I'm told it gets better. It's not really aimed at kids, which is nice.
Well, I'd imagine so. I mean, anybody who's really a fan of this stuff, like, they're all adults now, so like anybody who's like a fan, right?
Right. Quick article I read. They're making a series to get new kids into it, and then this one was for the guys who grew up with it.
Right. I mean, so far it's interesting. I liked, how we pretty much just get right into it right from the start. But again, like I said, I'm only one episode in, so I can't really render any kind of, opinion. No. So we watched that before we watched Rick and Morty last night.
I can get Rick and Morty through Stack TV. It's one of the Amazon add-ons. But for whatever reason, you don't get every episode. Like, you can see episode 1, 2, 3, and then like 5 or something. Shit, it's not.
Huh.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
So I saw you were working on Stormcast.
Yes, sir. What?
I think you forgot about something.
I didn't forget. I'm not going to spend a great deal of time on this. At least I'm not planning to. And then yes, we are going to get over to the Cruel Boys. Mikey RR, evening Chris, evening everyone, evening. Working on, I can never say this character's name.
Bad luck?
No, I can't say her name. Ydastra? How do you say her name?
Oh, I don't. I gave away that part of the box.
Yeah, because, like, I don't know. How do you say her name? I don't know.
I'm excited that Orcs got a big upgrade for Kill Team. Now they're circle and square.
They're what?
They're circle and square, whatever that new nonsense version of playing Kill Team.
Oh yeah, the units of measurement and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of funny. Not haha funny.
I don't know, man. I heard the Fallout miniature game is really, really good, but I couldn't get past that initially, where it was the same kind of thing. Your gun shoots orange and blue.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, all the dice are proprietary, so you roll them. You're like, all right, you got nuke bottle, explosion, exclamation mark. Okay, it's probably pretty good, right?
Yeah, it's It's like X-Wing, I suppose, because X-Wing, they use a D8 with all the little, symbols on it and everything like that, right?
But I bet if it's the same D8 as there, it's still only 3 symbols, and it's pretty universal.
Yeah.
For the Fallout game, they go look at it. They had got like D10, D12, and D20s, and they're different colors with different symbol pools on each of them. And I'm told if you can get past it, it's a really nice game.
Okay. So, now we're going to get to some of the tough questions here. In fact, I'm kind of glad, Scott, you're here now, because maybe you can help me. Well, I was talking earlier in the stream. I don't know if you caught what I was talking about earlier, but because she's all chromed up now. And I've been thinking of either leaving most of her armor primarily chrome, but going in and just kind of like reinforcing some of the shadow tones, or going over with colored. I'm thinking like for like the scale mail that's all like on her like waist and everything like that. I was thinking of doing those kind of either like a color or I don't know, like a clear color, right? And put that on top of the chrome and allow that to really kind of shine through. Her wings, I initially was thinking of doing them chrome to begin with, and initially was going to do her armor in holographic, but my holographic shit the bed on me, and so like her wings are chrome as well. And yeah, it's a lot of fun, and I'm just trying to decide whether or not I want to stay within the realm of like completely chrome wings and just reinforced shadows, or come in with a color, or
I'm not on the stream, so I can't look at what you're doing there, but I really liked, I don't know the name, it was like a wood elf sorceress that you did some videos on, and you had a kind of a white with the ethereal sort of blue in the recesses to give it a nice magical look. You had a lot of that on the miniature, but I'm thinking of I would think that on the wings might look nice.
Yeah, because like I want to preserve most of the metal, right? But
if you take the wings out of it, and so they're not metal, but they're not another substantial material.
Right. Well, yeah, because like the chrome isn't like it reads as like metals, but I mean once there's colors and paints on top of it. I want it to be more magical, right? Shiny and glowy. And then, of course, once I take pretty pictures of it, I can light it and, it'll look really fun. That's kind of my mission. Mikey RR, I wonder how long it'll take till tape measures creep back in. Oh, to Kill Team? Yeah. Actually excited for Kill Team. 40k is a system isn't all that fun. Mikey,
I like that they're pushing it into its own system instead of just 40k light.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting. It's nice. It can exist in the same world, but if they break up profiles, like there's no need for it to all be the same sort of profile.
No, not at all. And I mean, it is kind of cool that they make it its own game, but like from a marketing standpoint, I mean, I'm not sure why you'd want to have differing rules. Now, mind you, I mean, like I'm talking out of my ass here because I mean, like I have not looked at the Kill Team rules, but I would think that you'd want them to be more like 40k light or a more detailed 40k. Where so that when you outgrow Kill Team, you can move into 40k.
I really respect and appreciate that not taking that's the conventional wisdom. It's always been that way. Like things like Mordheim was a fairly easy translation, but I don't think one rule set necessarily works at the different scale. Not miniature scale, but a different.
Yeah, I know.
Like when Epic was its own game, I thought it was great. When they turned it into Epic 40K, I think it became a lot less. So I think there's an opportunity if you're moving from Kill Team to 40K. I think the most important thing is that you started your miniature collection.
True.
And adapting the rule set, I think, is probably the easiest place to go from.
Yeah, definitely. Mikey R, they tried that, nobody played it. Yeah, I never played Kill Team before, so, but from what I understood, it was pretty much like 40K. And I don't think the problem for Kill Team was the rules.
I agree. I thought it needed a nice campaign system.
It needs a campaign system, but it also needed to have the units. All they had to do was create units for it, special units. Models. I mean, Games Workshop is always talking about how they're a model company. Why, then why not if you're going to make a new game, then give us new models. And if you want it to be set within 40K, then give us all the 40K factions in Kill Team.
Oh, were they not present? I didn't know that.
No, they encourage you to convert your current collection for Kill Team. So you can.
I didn't know that not all the races were present.
In the previous edition, I have no idea. No. But like right now for Kill Team, hopefully what they're going to do is give us little commando factions for all the factions, right?
Yeah, I would suspect that they will, and they'll do like they do in Age of Sigmar with the city stuff, things like that.
And
a card to include.
And it is kind of interesting how, it is kind of flipped, because for a long time, Warhammer 40K influenced the other stuff, and now Age of Sigmar, what's happening with Age of Sigmar is influencing 40K stuff, right? Like how they conduct business, I'm saying. Let's try.
Did they ever do anything like with the Age of Sigmar with the Blackstone things where you could bring in those miniatures into 40K?
Yeah, I believe so. The Blackstone Fortress models, yeah, they can be used in 40K.
Like they brought in rules because there was a Zote in one of them, wasn't there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it has stats. Who it plays for, what faction, I have no idea. I'd probably pull it up on my app, actually, because I have the Warhammer app. Let's have a look. Let's see if I'm cracking up. And of course, she wants to run a fucking update now. Mikey RR, if Kill Team had specific models, then you'd get something like Necromunda. Right, but think of it more like Warcry and Warhammer Underworlds to Age of Sigmar. Kill Team should have been like that from the start. When they redid Kill Team, it should have been, they're all tied in, because when you get Warcry, those gangs and stuff like that should be able to go into Age of Sigmar stuff. Now, mind you, some of the factions in Warcry don't have, rules for them. Okay, so Blackstone Fortress. Data sheets. Yeah, I'm looking at like the Eldar character in Blackstone Fortress, and she has a full power level, full 40K rules, points values, special rules, keywords.
Yeah, then I gotta suspect that they would follow that up in Kill Team too.
Yeah, well, that they 100%. So that encourages even existing players to get into it, because somebody who was always curious about orcs, well, now they can pick up orcs, and they might like the way orcs play in Kill Team, and want to experiment more into transitioning into 40K, right? It's always about the upsell.
And I believe the way that the army lists are supposed to work was that you pick like in your 20-man or however many man roster, you have little fire teams of 2, 3, 4. Almost like they got the what's that game? The Shadespire boxes.
Yeah.
So I think that would make perfect sense if they continue on that route, and then just give them a 40K, and then everyone's happy, and everyone's buying.
Yeah, exactly, and that's their primary goal is to keep everybody buying, even despite the current situation we're all in, right? So, because G-Dubs wants to remain profitable, so they have to keep selling us on this stuff, keep encourage buying, and all these things. And of course, people bitch and moan and about prices and stuff like that. Yet people still buy the shit. Like I don't know who's bitching and moaning if you're still buying this stuff. Like,
yep, everything's worth what someone will pay for it. UW's done a good job of figuring that out.
Yeah, exactly, and and the other thing to bear in mind as well is that this is a luxury hobby, right? Well, all hobbies pretty much are a luxury. Anybody with free time takes up a hobby, and that's only one would consider the developed world. Let's see here. Let's put this over here. There we go. I'm okay. There we go. Now I can hang on to her properly. Yeah, so I totally should have masked off the head before I laid the chrome down. But oh well.
Oh, you went like spray chrome?
Yeah, I use oh yeah, Mikey, I think you asked which chrome did I use. This is what I use. I like this stuff. Now, yes, I know, before anybody says it, I know Molotov chrome is the best, and I agree with that. I have Molotov, and I've done side-by-side comparisons with these paints, and yes, this is the best chrome. It is the chromiest of chromes. It's essentially liquid mercury that you're working with. But with that paint, you have to seal every time. You have to allow it to dry 24 hours before you can even put your sealants on it and things of that nature. Versus this stuff, Spastic's Mirror Chrome, Ultimate Mirror Chrome. This stuff dries almost instantly, 5 minutes, and you can put your sealant on top of it. You can even put paints on top of it. It's ready to go. So for our needs as miniature painters, I prefer this stuff over Molotov because I don't have to have long dry periods in my painting. I can continue working using this stuff. And the finish, it's not exactly the same as Molotov, but it's pretty damn close. I mean, it is a mirror finish, dependent upon the surfaces. Like, for example, here, the inside of this shield, which of course is, I can see I missed some spots here, or maybe I didn't do it. Yeah, I didn't do it. I'm using a microfiber cloth here, and you can almost see your total reflection. See how the reflection of my finger inside the thing? Yeah, you almost get a mirror finish, and depending upon how smooth the surface is and how clean it is, you will get a mirror finish with this stuff. It's really, really fun. I like this chrome. Again, for our miniature painting needs, I prefer Spastic's Mirror Chrome. This is a solvent-based paint, so if you're only used to water-based acrylics, yeah, there's a little slight learning curve. Just some safety precautions, really. That's all it is. But yeah, it's the stuff I prefer. It gives the best finish. Is the finish aquaphobic? Well, yeah, it's a paint. It's an enamel based, or is it alcohol based? It sounds more like it's an alcohol base. Because it says iso, alcohol, ethyl, acrylate, and acetone.
It is not aquaphobic.
It is not aquaphobic?
It has no problem with aqua. Some of its best friends are aqua.
Are we talking about aqua from the Discord, or?
Oh.
Like, I assume Mikey is talking about hydrophobic, or is aquaphobic different from hydrophobic? Are we mixing up terms here?
Hydrophobic is just incredibly short-sighted and bigoted. Aquaphobic is you're on the same thing.
Oh, okay. I see. We're trying to have a serious discussion, but you want to make jokes.
It is serious, Chris. It's a big issue in the aqua hydro community.
Right.
If you lessen it is not very cool, actually.
Being really insensitive?
Oh my god. I don't know where to start.
Shut up. Shut up.
I hate to see the channel get taken down over this.
Yeah, over this.
Misunderstanding.
Kim, it is close but not totally as Molotov. Yeah, that's what I just said. Mikey R. I mean, can you paint over it with acrylic paints? Yeah, totally. That's what I'm going to do. I sealed it, though, with my favorite gloss sealant, and I was just grabbing it there a second ago, and yeah, it's fine. The other thing that I find, the difference between this and Molotov, is that Molotov, if you, like, say for example, you did the sword and you touch that sword, especially if you did not give it the 24 hours to cure, that fingerprint is there for good. And even after it's cured, I have found that if I don't seal it, yeah, your fingerprint will leave a mark, even after you've left 24 hours. Whereas this stuff, no. It's on there. Give it a sealant. You're ready to go. I mean, 20 minutes and you're this far and you're ready to go. Like I said, I prefer this stuff, working with this stuff for models over Molotov. Molotov's great, as I've already stated, but I prefer working with this stuff. All right, so I think we're just going to get things started with just defining some of these shapes. I initially was going to use like a product like this on the wings, but upon reading the directions, I don't think I do want to use it. Because it says do not apply onto enamel paint. Well, damn. I guess I'm not going to use this. So,
not a lot of gray area there.
What's that?
Not a lot of gray area in those directions.
No, shit, no. It's like, do not. That's, oh, geez, okay. Well, guess we're not using that. So, we're going to go with the trusty, rusty favorite, which is, I'm going to use my golden shading gray. This is a transparent, and it's just a light gray. I use this on I use this on the Satan, the guy, the dragon, Satan dragon duder thing guy, bud. You know.
Man, I had a good GW customer experience. I bought Chris City, and two of the best models in that box set are those big undead ogre dudes, eh?
Oh yeah.
And one of them came with their axe hand was not didn't receive all the plastic. You know what I mean? It hadn't been injected fully.
Yeah.
So get a hold of it. I don't know what we're gonna do about this, boys. And they said, "Oh, okay. Well, we can't give you any of the Cursed City sprues because we don't make them anymore. But we can send you a box set called Radakar's Court. Will that work?" I'm like, "Yeah, probably." And it's just the exact sprue from Cursed City, reboxed as an Age of Sigmar product. It is. So I got a lot of bonus models.
Gotcha. That's cool. That's all right though.
Oh, yeah.
More models just means more painting. Where am I in these comments here? Coma. It's more aquaphobic than a gloss varnish. Okay. Mikey, I'm probably using the wrong term. Kim, it's more like a gloss varnish, the mirror finish. A gloss varnish, the mirror finish. Or even more glossy if it makes sense. The Molotov? The Molotov, I mean, like, it's good. It's almost the same shit. I mean, it just for whatever reason, it's got a finer metallic pigment to it, and yeah, it's good. Don't get me wrong. I mean, like, I'm not sure why we're even having discussion. I've said it many times. Molotov is the best, but for our miniature painting needs, I prefer Spastics. Spastics is, in my opinion, better because it dries within minutes, and you put a sealant on it, and boom, you're continuing on your progress within minutes, as opposed to Molotov, which takes a 24-hour cure. Mikey RR, to be fair, Molotov, they never meant their stuff to be used as a paint. Well, it is a paint. It is a paint. It's meant for markers. Markers as paint. Kim, it's better to paint over the chrome with a matte varnish just to get the paint to have something to grab hold of. No, I've never had any problems putting a gloss on it. Yeah, you gloss it, protect it, and it allows you to move on to like doing oil washes and stuff like that. Which is why I was thinking of doing that for the wings. I just put like a gloss varnish onto it, nice even 3 coats on it, and yeah. And now I'm continuing on. I'm not really worried about my process as far as working with the chrome. It is what colors do I want to use? Where do I want to go with this? How much chrome do I want at play, as opposed to how much, opacity. Like, for example, the stonework is definitely going to be opaque colors with a matte finish to contrast the shininess of the chrome. But even on the model herself, like the scrolls, her flesh, probably the grips of the spear and her sword, those will probably be opaque color. But yeah, then I'm thinking to myself, well, do I want to even play around with any kind of fluorescence on this, or anything like that? And yeah. So I think for now, I'm just going to get things started by making a shade wash of shading gray and apply that over a majority of surfaces. And I think what we'll do is on the chrome, we are going to do a true metallic, non-metallic look, which is one of my favorite things to do. Because it's kind of a have your cake and eat it too kind of situation. And I like having my cake. All about cake. Mikey R. Okay, I was wrong. The term is hydrophobic. Yeah, that's what I thought you meant. But I assumed that's what you meant. And I went with it. Kim, Molotov makes the best graffiti paints on the market. They are a street art company based here in Europe, Germany to be specific. But the paint we use for minis are paint that have in their graffiti markers the one for all once. Sometimes, Kim, it sounds like a bot. I realize, I know, Kim, that your English is not your first language, but that's okay. That's just the way some of it reads sometimes. It's like, is it a bot? Is he a bot? All right. Let's put down 2 drops. Okay, apparently 3 drops. We're going to use some Liquitex Flow-Aid just to help this creep into all the nooks and crannies. And let's add 2 drops. Okay, I lied. 3 drops. And we will give this a thorough mixing. What's that?
I put away all my metallic paints until I get good at non-metallic metal, so I don't have that. I don't have that choice. You know,
you always have a choice. You always have a choice.
Nope, I removed it.
All right.
They're gone, Chris. I can't see them, so they don't exist.
All right. Kim, paint bot? Yeah, I could be a paint bot. I wasn't sure, Kim. I just wasn't sure. All right. So all we're going to do is just start lining these little things. Just start, picking up the little volumes and stuff. This paint does finish glossy, so this is not going to disturb our overall metallic finish. And because we have the Flow-Aid in it, all it's going to do is fall within recesses. You can see on that 1 foot, you can see how the armor segments are more defined rather than this foot. And so when we hit this foot, we're going to get the exact same results. Am I on camera here? Mostly. So like I said, all I'm looking for is just a little bit of definition. I'm not looking to create too much here. Some of the volumes, see, like that. Yeah, there's a lot of areas where, you can kind of get lost. See how, that calf, just putting that little bit of gray in there, and how that helps create that separation. Essentially what it is, it's kind of a long process for doing black lining, or even like oil wash, or whatever you want to call it. It's essentially all the same damn shit. So, like I said, I did the same process on the Satan model, the dragon duder. Scott, what do you think of those new dragons G-Dubs put out?
I didn't see them. I just saw the email with their silhouette, and it said, "Click here for more information."
Yeah, there's full pictures of them.
Then I didn't. Are they nice?
They're pretty darn cool. What I'm curious about is to see how darn big they are, because I've always fallen for, wow, that model looks really cool, it's going to be massive, and then I see it in person, it's like, oh, it's just a little feller.
I got a box full of the first creature caster Kickstarter they did. I got one of everything. I haven't painted fucking one of them. They're great, big, huge, awesome minis.
Yeah.
But from the time I ordered it, when I think it was still Warhammer 7th, Warhammer 8th, and the end times came and went, and then I finally got my miniatures. I was like, not interested in using them for gaming anymore.
Right.
And, I don't. I like the idea of a big miniature, but since I just brush paint, I don't use my airbrush much. A big miniature is such an investment. It's 60, 80 hours. Just daunting. Same with vehicles and stuff. But I do like the looks of those new. Whatever the hell they call it, that weird vulture thing for the orcs.
Yeah, that thing's really cool. I like that. I mean, a lot of this Age of Sigmar stuff is just too damn freaking cool.
Very cool. I don't envy anyone who has to move it from point A to point B, though.
Yeah, like anybody who's gaming with the stuff, yeah.
That Lord Croak, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
good luck.
That one's a really cool looking model too. I like that one.
Yeah, it's awesome. I just don't know. I don't know what amount of battle foam is gonna do the trick. Yeah. All right, I'm out of here. Have a good one.
Later, dude. Thanks for stopping by. I think I'm gonna turn this light down just a bit, just so that you guys can see a little bit better on what I'm doing. Plus, too, the shine of the model is just kind of freaking blinding me. But yeah, you can see here where we're kind of just defining some of the shapes, introducing some shadow tones, just making it look really fun. They become more apparent once you like basically start taking pictures of it. It becomes more apparent what kind of things we're looking at here. Boom, boom. So like I said, all I'm doing is I'm just adding a little bit of shadow. On camera, it might look pretty dramatic, but it's not. It's not a lot I'm using. And we're just kind of filling out areas just like we would if we were going for more of a non-metallic metal look, rather than like the typical way in which we would shadow and highlight surfaces with metallics, right? Where you do end up doing kind of a dry brush over the areas and stuff, and all that gibbly-gook. This is just for just defining some of these little details. We want to preserve the metallic shine of everything overall, right? Again, though, I'm kind of debating in my brain as far as where I want to go with some of these areas. Like what's going to be silver, what's going to be, colored, and all that other usual gibbly-gook. What is a fabric? What isn't a fabric? Try not to lay too much down, just because I don't want to, upset, again, the finish. Of course, this pretty much works out okay because, again, like I said, we've already sealed it. And essentially all I'm doing is, like, if we had done this in kind of a normal fashion, all I'm doing basically is like an oil wash, where I'm just letting the paint reside into recesses, and then we can continue on with other gibbly-gook. Like this crown piece, or this headpiece, whatever the hell this is, her collar. I don't know if I want to leave that silverish, or if I want to change that to golds, or if I want to play with color and do it like reds or blues, purples or greens, But this is the fun part. This is the fun part of painting and just kind of playing around. Because basically, the world is our oyster in this instance. We can go anywhere with this. It's limitless. And this is why we paint. The unlimited potential of things. At least this is why I paint. I don't know why you paint. Let's work on this little shoulder bit. I say work, but I'm not really doing a whole lot of work. Again, because I'm not pushing the values too far down. So it's not that big a concern. All I'm looking to do is create a little bit of visual interest, a little bit of separation on some of these details. And that's it. That's all I'm looking to do. We're not looking to reinvent the wheel here, so to speak. I just want to create visual interest. I want to make these things look interesting, but I want to have this nice shininess. So this is the most important aspect of painting some of these areas. That's all we're doing. That's it. It's pretty straightforward. I think really what I should do is probably bust out some of the other colors as far as like what I want to do, the handles of the spear and of the sword, you know, and just start laying out some of the opaque colors just to, you know, help me kind of center where the hell I am. I think we'll probably do that in a minute. Just gonna get some of these little other areas. Also her cloak, right? Because her cloak is left separate. So what do we do in her cloak? What are we doing? Again, there's all sorts of different directions we can go with this stuff. It's exciting stuff. It's exciting. I'm excited. You excited? Hope you're excited. One big thing that I want to avoid is allowing any of it to settle too heavily on any one spot and giving me these big, you know, tide marks on areas. Again, because this is more like a shade wash that I'm using here, so I definitely don't want to be applying it too heavily or, you know, haphazardly and, you know, whatever, right? We want to be very controlled in what we do. But again, I also don't want to be working on this, you know, all damn day. I do want it to look good though. So it is a challenge. You know, how far do you push something? How far do you push an idea, a detail? Right? How far do you go to really kind of, you know, make something look really, really cool? It's tricky. It's a tricky little dance. Heretic Scott, what's happening, buddy? What's happening? You know what? I'm going to adjust this camera again. I just want to change the focus to about this point. Where the hell's my mouse? There it is. Right around there. Oh. There. Yeah, let's leave it there. Yeah, it's pretty good right about. That's about where I've been working with it. Yeah. Oh, we didn't do the abs. We didn't take care of her abs. Let's get little shadows happening in her abs. And because we have the flow aid in there, all we have to do is just touch those points and the paint will just creep right into all that stuff. Really, really easy. It's not complicated stuff. I mean, you can make it more complicated if you want. Completely up to you. Personally, I think unnecessary. Unnecessary to overcomplicate things. Yeah. Okay, we'll leave this to dry for a moment. Let's grab the wings. Now the wings, I could just go ham and just hit the entirety of it with the wash, but I really don't feel like doing that. Of course we could. Oh, decisions. You know what? Let's try it. I'm going to grab this a bit of water. Take a fairly generous amount of water. Mix it into the remainder here. Actually, I'm going to thin it way down. Let's grab a little bit more. Yeah. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to see if I can apply this pretty broadly. Just like here. Really fast. I'm going to take a paper towel and I'm just going to quickly wipe. Hopefully this doesn't disturb anything. Basically doing kind of what you would do if you did an oil wash on it, but using the acrylic paint like it was an oil wash. It seemed to work okay. The other concern oftentimes is if you just end up pulling the paint right out. Of course, I did thin it down quite a bit as well. I'm really only concerned with this inner layer of feathers. Yeah. If you move it around a lot, it's going to get bubbly and stuff on you. Yeah, it's still in there. It's hard to see, but it is still in there. You guys can kind of see just a little bit of dark tone inside there. Yeah, that's all right. I'll let that dry before I come back to it. I might as well do the other wing. Screw it. Let's see. Let's see if we get the same results. Let's grab a bit of water. Grab some of this color. Yeah, so we're going to do the entirety of the inside here. Yeah, it is pretty light and thin, which is where I want it. But I'm not looking for any of that goofy tide marking. And I'm pulling down the detail of the feathers. I'm not going against the grain, I'm going with the grain. Yeah, we probably could have went a little stronger on the tone, but I can see the paint in there. It's just to help the separation in that. But yeah. Again, I'm not 100% sure which direction I want to go for colors and such. If I want to go really colorful or if I just want to play within the realm of sparkly chrome, right? So, for gigs, sorry, I'm thinking. I wonder, do I have a transparent sepia? I have a transparent yellow iron oxide, red iron oxide. I thought I had a sepia. Transparent brown though should be okay. For a bit more of a gold hue. Or do you think more of a yellow? these colors. What should we use? An ink. All I want to do is I want to pick out the go after that scale mail on her waist and on her shoulders. You can see like this little scale plate that's on these areas. I think I want to pick those out in a transparency, but I still want to preserve. But do I want to go with gold? Silver and gold? Or go with a color? Come on, people, you're supposed to help me out here. Do I want to go with a goldish color or go with a completely fun color? Oh, decisions. What do I got in Proac Royal? Transparent brown, a transparent red. If we did those areas in a red. But see, the thing is I'm not sure how well this covers on top of the metallic. I guess if the scale mail though went a little bit more opaque, that would be okay. Decisions. Because I'm kind of wondering now, transparent red and quinacridone red, you know, because they're fairly close, and these, like this one here is a transparency. I've used this one before, and you can see the little color swatch. You know, it's completely transparent, whereas this one, not too sure. I'm wondering now. I'm wondering if I should do something. Yeah, we're gonna go with colored metallic or colored metals, but I think we're gonna do. Yeah, we're gonna go for a little bit of a purple. We could go with just a purple transparency. Kim, if you're keeping it chrome, we can go in with some of the darker contrast paints to make it darker in the separation in between the feathers. Yeah. Just go with a regular opaque, turn it into a shade wash, and then pull through the details. Yeah. Proac Roll are like contrast over metallics. So they have a matte finish, is what you're saying, or what are you saying? What are you telling me there? What else do we got here? We can bust up the Forge World. We can use a purple, and I've used this stuff many times, and this is a fantastic clear color. Hell, right in the bottle I can see it's almost like it was clear plastic, like clear purple. Frick. Decisions. What else do we got here? We're using ink. I think I used inks last time, didn't I? When farting around with this stuff. Oh, shit, what I hit? Oh, it's my hair dryer. God dang it. Again, need more room. Need room. Alright, I think I'm going to give this purple a try. Let's see what we can do with this. This is the Forge World stuff. I don't think they sell this particular bottle like this anymore, but I could be wrong. But anyway, yeah, I think we're going to go with this. Kim, more like how strong the color is. But it's not as matte as contrast. I like the transparency from Proac Roll. I'm sure you like them, but that doesn't tell me much, and it's not as matte as the contrast. But is it as clear as the contrast? Because that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for clarity, so that when we lay the color on top of the chrome, it does not interfere at all with the color underneath. So like I know like these Forge World colors, these finish absolutely clear. Like the Tamiya clear colors, they finish absolutely clear. Same with like Minotaur, they finish absolutely clear. Whereas like even some of these transparencies, I still find them sort of opaque. There's still some opacity. See, like where you get up here, see when as more layers build up, it becomes more opaque. Whereas like these, they don't get opaque as you layer them up. They stay perfectly clear. They just get more saturated. Let's give it a nice thorough mix. That's probably plenty. Yeah, like if I could show you like this angle that I'm looking at it, it is like it's clear right through the bottle, but it looks like it's purple plastic. Like that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that intensity of color. Kim, I think it's about the same as contrast in that regard. Yeah, see, like I'm not gonna use contrast on this because it finishes with that matte satin finish. And that's going to completely kill the shine and the luster of the metallics. And I don't want that. Yeah, you know what? I just had an idea on where I'm going to go with this. And I have it now. I think I know where I'm going to go with this. Kim, I have not done a side-by-side, but they are not as clear as the Tamiya clear. Right. It is a bit of a misnomer to label things transparent, even though, yes, the light does pass through them very easily, but are they transparent or are they translucent? Right? I'm looking for transparencies. Or clear. Old Man Logan, hey Chris, how you doing today, my friend? I am doing pretty damn well. I am playing around with this model, hemming and hawing as far as what direction I want to go with things. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of this. Should we grab a bit of water? Yeah, we probably should. Let's grab just a fairly generous amount of water. Mix that in. I almost want to put some flowate into this so that it flows into all the recesses, but we'll leave it. And let's give it a shot. You guys in focus? Yeah. Let's have a look. And I hate it. No, I'm just kidding. You know what though? I am going to add flowate to this. Yeah, because I want it to fall within recesses. I want it to build on edges. So I am going to add flowate to this. Just a drop. Just a drop. Let's hit another area here. Let's go in for the crotchal area. Yeah, this is closer to what I want now. A few layers of this, and I'll be a happy guy. Yeah. Yeah, I like this. I like the color. I like how it's falling into recesses. It's doing exactly what I want it to do. And that's what I want. You probably can't tell very well on the camera, but to the eye there is quite a bit of purple shining back at me. Tricky part is not putting too much down so that you flood the details. I'm just looking to grab just a little bit. It's a very thin transparency that I'm laying on here, but we are going to build it up in successive layers because we will create a gradient. We'll do it. We have the technology. Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Yeah, you guys really can't see it very well, but yeah. It's there. I'd say trust me, but I wouldn't trust me. Yeah. And I have my idea on what I want to do now. I know where I'm going to go with this. It just came to me as I was laying this down, and I know where I'm going to go. Old man, what silver did you end up using? Chrome? Spastics? I did. I used my go-to. I was going to go with holographic for her armor, and I was still going to do her wings chrome, but my Spastics holographic just shit the bed on me. It didn't work out, and I think because it sat for so long unmixed, and like it was kind of thick, versus my Spastics chrome, because I do bust it out and use it regularly. It's still nice and liquidy. You can see it just like flowing, like, you know, like almost like mercury. Not quite, but almost. And yeah, this flows really nicely, and because I've been, you know, using it fairly regularly in the last, like, what, year and a half, 2 years almost, since Necrons came out, right? I've been busting this color out. But my holographic, yeah, it got thick. There's like a central mass inside of it that feels like jelly. Like it feels like there's like a gummy bear stuck inside the bottle. Maybe there is a gummy bear stuck in it. I don't know, but yeah. Damn, would have been cool. Yeah, the holographic. Yeah, that was my intention initially, was the holographic on her armor. Give her kind of this, you know, majestic, you know, vibe. And then I was probably going to do like the blades in Molotov, just because small surface, and, you know, I wanted to go for a really fine chrome. But that didn't work out. So we're going with plan B. And plan B is, you know, doing it in chrome, but laying clear colors on top, so that we're still preserving all that metallic, but we're getting, you know, we're getting this really interesting stuff happening. All right, I'm gonna grab a little bit more of this clear purple, because these colors are water-based acrylics, and I'm working on top of a sealant. We can slowly build this up and make this interesting. So all I'm gonna do is push a little bit more color towards the Under Armour, and this will create contrast and give us a visual interest. And there's a loose hair in my brush that's annoying me. Fall into line. Yeah. And I'm using Forge World clear colors. I'm pretty sure they still sell it, but don't quote me on that. Try not to hit other areas. We're just going to push deeper and deeper color. Not to the point where it's like a pure purple, but pretty close. I do want some intense color near the belt line. Yeah, you guys still can't even see that. On camera, it just looks dark. It's kind of weird. And I even have like an ND filter over this camera, so like the light is not that intense. But yeah. And I even turned this light down. I turned this light down so that you guys can see what I'm doing. And even then, it's still too bright. The future's too bright. Gotta wear shades. But I'm definitely much happier with where I'm going. I have an idea where I want to go with this. So now we are going to move forward like we have purpose. Yeah. You can kind of see on camera how you can see under that shoulder how the color is getting darker there. But yeah, you can't distinguish the purple for whatever reason. At least I on camera, like on my screen, I can't see the purple, but it's there. Like when you look at it with your eyes, you see purple. But yeah, And you can even see like on some parts where we helped the shadows, you can still see how like the metallic still shines through in a lot of places. And that's all we were looking for when we initially laid that the shading gray down, was just to, you know, make that happen. Old man, by the way, Badger airbrush sale ending today for anyone interested. Yes, I know. Ben sent me a thing saying Badger airbrush sale. Do it. Go now. So anybody interested, hop on it. Yeah, I like that purple scale mail. Is there purple scale on other things? No, there's just wings. And then I left her cloak off. So now I have an idea on where I'm going to go with the cloak. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go in the direction. Basically, the cloak is going to be a purple. A purple. Not purple. A purple. Yeah. In fact, this next little layer I'm going to do... Actually, I'm going to hit this with the dryer first. Just to make sure it's dry. So we're going to just go with just the pure purple. We're going to just touch the scale, the recessed part of the scales. If it's a little too intense, then we'll back it off. Heretic Scott, is the sale on their official site, or do other sites have the discount? If you go on like Facebook, because I think they've been advertising it on Facebook, go on Facebook, look up Badger, and you'll probably find the links for the sale. Ken is a little old school, so a lot of the stuff that he does for advertising and stuff like that is often on Facebook. I know a lot of younger people don't really use Facebook these days. Ooh, yeah. That is the shiznit. Yeah. God damn it, you still can't see that purple on the screen. I wonder why that is. Why is that? Because holy carmoles, it looks... anybody remember the old metallic paint set from Games Workshop? When they did colored metallics? And the purple, the metallic purple that they had? Yeah, it was kind of in this similar vibe. Like to my eye, I see this really wonderful saturated purple. But on camera, I don't see it. It's because the light is so damn... I wonder if I turn it down again. Let's go turn down again. No, that didn't help at all. You can kind of see the purple. I just did just that hip plate section there. This is hilarious. This is hilarious. I find this very, very funny. Hold on. Okay, we'll go maximum brightness. Can we see it under maximum brightness? Oh, almost. You can almost see it. But yeah. Anyway. Yeah, we're going to continue playing with that purple like that. I think, because I have a gradient now going up the skirts, or the scale mill. And so, yeah, I think I'm happy with where that's currently going. And so we will continue on with that division. I like how that purple, especially top down, I like how it gets lighter at the bottom, but it gets nice and dark up near the plate segment. Yeah. I like that. I'm digging it. Now it's got me questioning these handles and how I want to do these handles. I might just do them in opaque purple. Just an opacity. Old man, go to. Oh, you put the link in. I don't think I have the chat that you can do links, or maybe I do. I don't recall. I do things all the time that I have no idea what I did, so don't yell at me. Please don't yell at me. Alright. Let's do this side first. It almost feels like we could use a bit more flow weight on this stuff, but I think that's okay. Yeah, I probably could have used some flow weight on this stuff. Basically, I'm kind of just picking out some individual scales, adding to the intensity of color. I still find it absolutely hilarious. You can't really see it. Does it mean my work is completely meaningless? Possibly. Can you see it top down? Nope. Fucking hell. That's pissing me off. That you guys can't see this. Because like to the eye, it just looks like a nice saturated, what the hell's that? Saturated purple. It's a clear purple on top of the metallic. But the nice thing is that because you guys can't see it, because so much reflectivity of it, that means that the color is perfectly clear. And yeah, it's hard to distinguish. Yeah, I'm okay with that. We may come back to that. I think what I want to do next is lay down some opaque colors, just so that I can kind of help visualize what the hell I'm doing. So I think I'm going to do the handles, because those are going to be like the cloth, and I'm going to go with a purple. And for that, I'm going to use just some good old Nagroth Night. Some good old Citadel Nagroth Night. I like this color. It's a fun color. It's nice and neat, deep purple. All right. Old man didn't seem to block it. Plus, my unofficial VIP status allows me to post links as far as I'm concerned. All right. So we'll just grab a little bit of this. Slap that right there. Yeah, let's use a little bit of thinner just to knock this down. I don't want to use water. We'll use a little bit of thinner. We don't care if this mattes the finish down, because with the opaque colors, we are going to go more matte on the finishes, so that is fine. Oh, I'll bet you if the purple on the scales, I'll bet you if the paint finished with a matte, you'd probably see it better. Because it would scatter the light more intensely. Alright. Yeah, that's plenty thin. Where am I here? Is that in focus? Kind of? Sorta? Anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because we're going to do her Cloak Purple. Now the question becomes, does anybody know what color scheme I'm going with? It is a scheme, and it is a scheme I've done before. Yeah, you can see how the handle of the sword, you can see the purple now, but it's hard to see it on the armor. That's because of the transparency, the gloss finish. That's why it's so hard to see. Yeah. So those are going to be purple. 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 Love it. I'm loving it already. I'm into it. I am into it. And that, my friends, is the most important thing when painting your models. Is if you're into it. If you're not into it, well, then the whole process will be a chore. If you're not into it. It's just like a relationship. If you're not into it, you're not into it. Right? Give that a second or two to dry. Yeah. I am all about it now. I'm all about it. Yeah. Let's hit this with the dryer. Heretic Scott, anyone know if a scale model of the Imperial probe droids from Star Wars exists? There are many iterations of it, but like what scale of scale model? Because I think the Star Wars tabletop game, I think there's probe droids in that. Don't quote me on that. But I know like Sideshow Collectibles and stuff, I know they've produced big versions of those. Do another layer. Another layer. Those look like leather straps. We'll paint them as such later. Do 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 do. Yeah, we'll paint those straps later. Suppose we probably could get to them now, but we'll do them later. There we go. 2 coats of Negroth Night. Yeah. I think I might do a little bit more of the clear purple on the scales, just to push the scales more purple, I think. Yeah. Heretic Scott, like a display piece kind of size. Yes, Hot Toys or Sideshow Collectibles, one of the two, they have one. And it's like, I think a 14-inch or 16-inch sized Imperial Probe Droid. It's pretty big. What was I going to do? Well, I don't remember. What was I going to do? I was going to get more purple. This purple. Old man. Sounds like something Bandai would make. Yeah. And maybe it's Bandai. I can't remember. It was a while ago I'd seen it. Oh, wait. Why did I grab this big brush? Damn it. No, we're going to grab a little bit of the Flow Aid. We're going to add that to that. 1, 2. Should be fine. Give this a thorough mix. Yeah, we're going to push this color just a little bit further down the scales. Again, like I don't want to push the color too far, but I do want more purple. More. Yeah. And more purple on the other areas is not going to hurt anything. Oh, I got some chrome on a place that I didn't want it. It's almost tempting to do the scales in an opaque color, but no, I think I'm going to stick with the metallic. Yeah. Alright. Heretic Scott, I was looking for a buildable one, but this looks pretty cool. There doesn't seem to be much in the way of sci-fi scale models outside of Warhammer, like an Airfix World War II plane equivalent to Slave 1, for example. Bandai is the only one who does Star Wars scale kits, other than older, what's the company? Erdl? I think it's Erdl. They make Star Wars scale kits, like the old, scale models, right? I assume that's what you're looking for. Yes. All right, let's grab another color. I'm gonna just quickly base coat the scroll, and I think I'll base coat the head as well. Heretic Scott, yeah, something a little different, well, I mean, like if you're looking for an Imperial Probe Droid of X amount scale, I mean, I don't know of any scale kits of the Probe Droid. Bandai has never produced one. Bandai, though, has done a bunch of droids, but that is one droid they have not done, because even if they did it for their 1/12 scale, which is what all the other figures are at, that probe droid would still probably be about damn near 12 inches long, maybe more with all its antennas and like if you extended the legs out. So it'd probably be more of one of their bigger kits. I'm sure probably that's why they've never done one yet, because a lot of their kits all come in the same size box. They all fit the same size box, and it's only a select few that get like special edition treatment to be in different sized boxes. But yeah, most likely if they were going to do one that fit in with the rest of their scale, because they are big on scale, yeah, an Imperial Probe Droid, because like a 1/12 figure is about the same size as like the Sister of Battle, the Space Marines. That's about a 1/12 scale. So about 6-7 inches is about like 6 feet, right? And so the Probe Droid, in scale with everything else, would be fairly big in that regards. So yeah. What was I doing? Oh, I was getting a color for the scroll. The scroll. Let's grab. You know what? Let's grab Rakarth Flesh. Been a while since we used that one. That's not Rakarth Flesh. That's not Rakarth Flesh. That's Rakarth Flesh. And I'm going to Rakarth Flesh her head and the scroll. Those are going to get colored the same way. Now, why am I shaking that? I got a mixer. For God's sakes, I got a mixer. Yeah, as far as finding a Imperial Probe Droid in the scale that you want for whatever size, you're probably going to have to 3D print it. That's the only other option I can think of. Because I don't know of any other company out there that has produced a scale model like build yourself kind of model. I don't know of anybody who has done one. I'm not saying it's not out there. I'm just saying I don't know of one. This we will add some Lamian to thin it down and to knock a bit of the shininess out of it. Just a bit. Actually, I probably could have kept that brush. Oh well. The reason for the Rakarth is because it's a good color to start from. It's got some depth to it that is pretty decent. I like it for basing scrolls and flesh, especially light skin flesh. Just pulling some of the excess paint out of the runes because I don't want those to get clogged and obscured. Go. Just to kind of block in some of these areas so that, you know, we can kind of see where we're going with stuff. That's the whole point of this. Just so I can see where I'm going. Do her face. Actually, I'll do the whole head. Now here's where I really want to make sure I'm working with my paint in a fairly thinned out consistency. Because I already have this layer of chrome paint down, and every layer of paint I add is an opportunity to obscure details. Something I don't want, right? So, yeah. So we want to build thin layers on top of each other. Just so that we don't ruin all our hard work. I'm using the flesh color on her hair because it's just really just kind of an underpinning, an undercoat for the hair. And of course, there's little schmutz on there. Something like that. See if we can't get in behind the head. Let's head back over to the scrolls. All right. So far, I am liking where I'm going with all this. I know you guys can hardly see what I've done. It's because it's so damn bright. You're just going to have to take my word for it. The real question is, comets and stuff like that, do they go gold, or do I just lay yellow on top and just make it a metallic yellow? Or maybe an amber. Ooh, an amber. Like a warm yellow. Decisions. I do wish it was a little easier to get to that bottom of her jaw. Oh well. Missed some spots. Missed a few spots. There we go. Oh man. There's all sorts of ideas flowing. I'm liking where she's going right now. I'm liking it. I think we're having fun, aren't we? I don't know about you, but I'm having fun. I'm having a blast. Kim. Yeah, I'm having fun painting. There we go. That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Alrighty. We are at the 2-hour mark. So I think I'm going to take a break. I'm going to go get something to eat. Stay tuned as we continue work on this figure. Any ideas? Any thoughts as to where I'm going with this? Does anybody know what color scheme I'm going for, I'll give you a hint. It's a color scheme I've done before. I have done this before. Okay, here's a hint. It probably would give it away if I told you or showed you what color her hair is. I probably would give it away if I did that. Alrighty. I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. I may come back on later. It all depends. It all depends on how busy I get with other crap. Kim, I'm actually liking this new stream thing. Yeah, I'm having fun with it so far too. I wasn't sure, the reception from everybody, but everybody has been pretty damn positive. So we are going to continue to do this streaming thing. Here, I'm going to switch cameras here. Hold on. So we don't need the workspace cam anymore. Oh, excuse me. Well, wrong cam. There we go. Yeah, I got good old Bob. We're channeling some Bob today, so he's always going to help us out. And yeah. So anybody who's watching this after the fact, feel free to leave a comment down here somewhere. Over here, or it's over here. Over here, down here. Either way, leave a comment if you know what color scheme I'm doing for this character. Just by what I've shown today. Again, like I said, I would totally give it away if I had painted her hair. That should give you another clue. And it's a color scheme I have done before. Heretic Scott, the Necrons? No. Like the Void Dragon? No. I'm not even 100% sure I want to use fluorescent paints. I was thinking about it. I was thinking, fluorescent paints and chrome and But now I'm kind of, no, I don't know if I need to. Because the chrome is just so darn bright. And I'm thinking that once I light this under pretty lights and take pretty pictures of it, everything, that it wouldn't be necessary, because then it would take away from her chrome and, yeah. Although now I'm thinking, what color do I want to do for the wings? Because I wasn't sure if I was going to push the shadows or if I was actually going to push color in the wings. And now I might be leaning, just because of how it looks on the scale armor of the model, it might actually look kind of cool if I put those hints into the wings. I may. Not a lot. I'm not talking about a lot of color. I'm just talking about, just in the recesses, just subdued. But I'm thinking of colors. I don't know if I want to do like rainbow. But we could go rainbow. That is a possibility. She might just have big rainbow wings. I have seen this model, I think, done with rainbow wings. I think somebody else has already done that. I think. I could be wrong. I probably am wrong. But anyway. Heretic Scott, when you say hair, I immediately thought Jane Czar. Oh. Yeah, even doing something like Jane Czar, because Jane Czar's hair, it reminds me of Harley Quinn. Like from the movies, how she has, basically it's like a really bleached blonde, platinum blonde hair, but then she has the blue and red tones. And I was thinking maybe something like that in her hair. But no. But I might change my mind. I don't know. Again, Chris is fickle, right? So you never know. Oh. I really wish you guys could see this purple. This is annoying that you guys can't see the purple tones. I'm not sure why that is. It's the camera. The camera can't distinguish those tones for some reason. Do I have another? Let's see. Let's try the back of this. Let's see. Something dark. Throw the contrast right off. Yeah, now you can kind of see the purple tones on this scale. On the scale armor. You can kind of see the purple values. On her hip and on her shoulder, just on the scale armor plates. You can see the purple values. But anyway, yeah. I'm liking this though. I'm getting excited to complete this model now. I'm just trying to think of like what I want to do for like what looks like cloth bits in between like the knee joints and the elbow and stuff like that. I think I'm just gonna do them like beige cloth, maybe something like that. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, man. And working with the chrome paint, like, it is a really fast way to just get that really intense shining armor, right? And you know, it's like no fuss. It's no fuss, and I don't understand like why, you know, a lot of people don't just go for it and just, you know, chrome out the whole thing. It just makes life a little bit easier, you know. And it looks great, and the ambient light just plays off the surfaces so nicely. Kim, it's the chrome. It fucks up with the pics if I use chrome. Yeah. Well, again, like I said, I have a filter over this camera, so like if I did it on this camera, yeah, it'd probably look really ridiculous. I don't even know if we could see the chrome. No. I also don't have a light right there either, but yeah. Because if I did it on this camera, yeah, it would just be completely blown out. On this camera, it's not so bad because I do have an ND filter on that camera, so it can take the higher light. But anyway, a leather undersuit. Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, they all got that. Yeah. Well, I'm thinking more not like a brown leather. I'm thinking more like a beige with white highlights. I'm thinking like that. Or I was thinking black, and then just highlight with grays. But I don't know. Hard to say. So many different directions we can go with this. But I have a vision now. Now I'm just kind of thinking about what I want to do for, you know, for the little comet tails all over the place, right? What do we do for those? Do we leave them chrome because they look so damn cool, or do we hit them with like a yellow? Not quite like to go for gold or anything like that, but just go for yellow, right? That actually might play, especially if we go with more of a subtle yellow, so it plays nicely with this subtle purple. But if I go with the yellow, then it will pull away from her face, because of what I do plan on painting her hair. So, and I don't want to do that, despite how chrome she is. Kim, I done it a mid-tone brown leather to go with my white armor on the Stormcast. Cool. Heretic Scott, I'm terrible at making decisions with my own minis, let alone somebody else's. Yeah, same here. I mean, you know, like, I like to encourage people to, you know, to follow their own ideas, not just simply imitate what they see. Sure, you know, use it as an inspiration, but, you know, don't just copy it. Or else. All about the vision. Yeah, exactly. It's all about the vision, man. You know, what are you doing? And it's really, you know, this is one of those few times that so many of us get to flex our creative muscles, right? So, yeah. I can't tell. Sometimes the way the light plays on surfaces, I can't tell if it's missing chrome or if it's just a low light. But no, it shines light back just fine on all the surfaces, so yeah. Because sometimes I do that when I'm airbrushing. I'll miss a spot and I'm like, oh, you know, like the wings, the back of the wings where I have them clipped. Yeah, I've got to figure out what I'm going to do for those. If I'm just going to hit them with the gloss black and then hit chrome on the areas and then try and color match, or if I should just do that now. I probably should just do it now. considering that I'm not really looking at my wings right now anyway. We'll see. All right. I want to thank you guys for tuning in today. I'll see you guys later. Take care of your brushes. They'll take care of you. And yeah, I'm having fun. I'm it took all damn day, but I'm getting into this character now. I'm feeling it now. I have an idea on where I want to go with it, and all it takes now is just to see the vision forward and to stay on the path. It sounds kind of, I don't know what the word is, but anyway. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Did I clean my airbrush? Yeah, I cleaned my airbrush.